I ignored my destiny once. I cannot do that again. Even for you. I'm the only one who knows that. At least I'm the only one with the will to act on it.
The Mad Titan Podcast with your host, Jay Washington.
Titans, go!
Yes, what's happening, everybody? It is official. It is time. I am back. I normally would have said like this is episode 101 or 102, but we're going to start this off anew. This is season 2, episode 1 of the Mad Titan Podcast with me, your resident supervillain, Mr. Jay Washington. It has been about 3-4 months since I've been back on here. I have told y'all that I literally got busy. For people who started following me on social media, people who know, they were like, yeah, you have been busy. It was a lot of things trying to get together, a lot of personal stuff I've dealt with, professional stuff, et cetera, et cetera. But I knew that if I was bringing this bitch back and I was doing this, I didn't want to just do this and have to keep jumping around. Like, I'll have a guest here or there, but I wanted to have somebody just riding with me for the most time when I'm doing this. And I said, who else can I get? And so I reached out to a bunch of great, amazing talents, and they were all like, we busy. Then I reached out to some talents that are on the up and up, and they were like, man, I'd love to, but my schedule. Then I just looked in my garbage can, and I was like, here's this motherfucker. So I would like to introduce y'all to my new permanent co-host. He has been on here before. He is my brother, and I love him. Hey, homie BC, what up, bro? What up, bro?
My man, exactly. You looked at everybody. You called everyone you could, and you said and they all told you you need BC. You need BC. Everyone told you. And
Congratulations! Oh my God.
Greatness has arrived. Greatness is here. Your boy. B to the C. What's poppin', Jay? The Venom Brothers. Let's do this. That's the new name.
You know, he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
Already out the gate. Yep, it's gonna be a lot of this through the show too. It's gonna be a lot of this through the show, man. I was good till you said all that stuff you said.
Bro, come on, man. I'm the Venom to your Eddie. We got this, dog. We got this.
I say Ida, you say Ida. I say neither.
Yeah.
You say neither. That's what happens when you get a paycheck, right? And you just like, I get to do whatever I want.
Because I'm both characters.
I'm both characters. How silly can I make this? And then you're like, well, just go ahead and have all the fun. We are going to talk so much. Now, for those who are new to the Mad Titan Podcast and new to this, what we do here is get you caught up on all the things happening in the Marvel and DC live action and cinematic universes. This is barbershop talk for nerds. And I'm going to say this again, like I always say. What this means is more than likely I'm going to say some shit. And if you get in your feelings, that is your fucking fault. That is not on me, okay? It's not my fault. You're like, I don't believe you said that. I don't give a shit. Also, I tell people this all the time, like I say in my reviews, bro. We are talking about comic book movies and TV shows. Calm the fuck down, some of y'all. And I have to say that because I'm going to talk about some things that a lot of people like to get in their nerves and in their feelings about. But it is what it is, man. So are you ready, bro, to do this? Because I know you've been doing. Because I'm glad to have you, but like I said, I've been seeing you've been doing so much other shit. I was like, he ain't gonna have no time for me, and I was like, I felt like a jilted bitch. Like he ain't gonna have no time for me.
Look, man. I always got time for you, Jay. We are brothers in so many. We in business, brothers. You know what I'm saying? We've been through it. Ain't no.
Well, shit.
All right, then. All right. I mean, that's what it is. That's what it is. All right. What I always do is I get you caught up with everything, and we start off with my Marvel news. And the Marvel news, there's a whole bunch because this is the last day of the D23 Expos we're recording. But yesterday on Saturday, the Marvel Studios panel took the main stage. And first of all, shouts out to Disney being like, we ain't streaming this shit. We'll give you everything else. You need to be here or hear reports. And it's smart because you can control what you want to have released. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, I was watching because again, I was like many people who went on YouTube, was Disney Plus, was seeing that it was streaming, was like, oh, am I gonna get to watch the whole panel? I mean, get to watch the whole Marvel Studios, and they was like, nah, you're not getting all that. What did you think about that when you saw that they were gonna do that?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually didn't even know that they were going to stream it at all, and I set an alarm. I had just gotten back from Vegas the day before. Or the night before, and I'd set an alarm to wake up the next day at noon, right in time, right? And I'd stayed up watching Cobra Kai. I'm like, okay, I'll wake up, I'll be ready. Alarm went off, I rolled over for a second. Boom, it was fucking 2:00. So I missed the whole first 2 hours of every day.
You're like, what? That was for nothing.
So by then, I was like, fuck it, we just gonna read shit on Twitter. So that's how I got my D23. I scrolled through Twitter.
I did too, because that was pretty much how you had to. You had to scroll through Twitter, watch his stuff was released and stuff was tweeted about and followed. And there was so much, and I wouldn't normally go in order, but I'm gonna go for me. Go ahead.
I do like what you're saying though, is I love how they did a lot of it with some of the Comic-Con stuff, how you could watch some of it, but not everything. So
Yes.
there's still a reason to be going to D23, whereas we could have just sat home and watched some things, but we didn't get
and that'll tie into something that we're going to talk about later as far as fan entitlement. And I'm not talking about you or myself, but we're going to talk about fan entitlement because I saw a lot of this shit on Twitter. A lot of people in their feelings. Why they going to do this? And blah, blah, blah. People paid money. They never promised you shit. Exactly. They just said they're giving you certain. They didn't promise you to get it. We didn't get a Fantastic Four. They didn't say they was giving that to you. Stupid shit like that. But Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Ryan Coogler them gave us some new footage. They say from what the footage it is a footage of Queen Ramonda played by Angela Bassett at the UN Council. And the UN are basically like, why you won't give us your vibranium? And she's like, nigga, no. Basically, which I don't blame her. Because again, remember that was the whole thing about the world is not meant to have this. You had something to say.
I know what I love about that is since the end of Black Panther, when they said we're going to open up to the world, I've been waiting for that. We want the vibranium. And we haven't heard anything for it. It's all been, like the little minor. Nothing really has been affected in that case. And now that we're getting back into Black Panther, we're getting back into that. No, now the world's wanting stuff from Wakanda, and we're like, no, that's not cool.
Well, we'll share our resources in certain things, but vibranium ain't part of it. Because we know what they know. The Wakandans know the potential of what vibranium can do, right? And they are trying to use it responsibly, where they know if the rest of the world gets it, it is not going to be a good thing, right? So that is pretty much the scene you get. You had most of the cast of Black Panther out there, everyone saying about how it's a tribute to Chadwick, everything, he's going to be looking down on them, et cetera, et cetera. And then it switches over because Ryan Coogler is one of the producers of Ironheart, which, again, Riri Williams will be introduced in the film. Ironheart gets her series. I want to make sure I say this off jump. If you are new to me and you think I'm going to say some off the wall shit about how I'm supporting you lame ass niggas that are like, oh, they got the MCU with all these women characters. What's all the women for? Like, calm your whole ass down. And I say that out with love because there's nothing wrong with the fact that a lot of the women are taking the forefront in this phase. You've had 24, 25 other movies that have been all about the guys. Calm down. So,
bruh, I am so happy that like my TikTok algorithm, my Twitter algorithm, my Instagram algorithm has over the last year or so, I've cultivated. It's got away from all that negativity. I didn't even notice people were having a problem with all the She-Hulk stuff because I've made it to not pay attention to it because I'm just tired of these dumbass white boys mad that, they're still not in charge.
No, I agree. And it's just, any dudes in general that are mad. And yes, I know there are some women who try to play that role as well. So I won't exclude them out also. But it's like, yo, calm down. First of all, because I'm going to get to the She-Hulk thing. We're going to talk She-Hulk in a moment. But we also found out exactly who Anthony Ramos is playing. He is Parker Robbins, aka the Hood. Now, for those unfamiliar, the Hood, his hood is magical because he beat a demon for the hood and boots. But he also has technology because he may be a student in MIT along with Riri. So, and they also showed some footage of that. So they say one of the clips they showed was Riri was like, I want to build something like his, but better. Talking about the Iron Man suit. Because technically that's what her suit is in the comics. It's Tony Stark's suit, but better. And because, of course, she's, some people are like, how is that possible? A genius can be out-geniused, if that even is a word. You know what I'm saying?
Just because something works doesn't mean it's always perfect. What's that? The Shuri
that was Shuri's line in Black Panther 1.
Yeah. Exactly. That's the point.
That's the point. So we get that. So again, but also hearing that phrase together, magic and technology, lets you know it's opened the door for somebody else who is prominent with magic and technology. We know he's coming. And I'm gonna tell you something. He's coming in this movie in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. But I'm talking about Victor Von Doom.
You think he's it? You think in the movie or post-credit movie?
He's the post-credit.
You think so? Ooh,
I know so. I don't think I know.
Ooh, oh, you don't think you know? I like when Jay says I don't think I know.
Y'all, anybody who's a regular to this show understands. If I tell you I know something and something is happening, y'all be like, you might want to listen. Yeah. Victor Von Doom sets everything in motion. Let me put it like that. I'm not going to tell you how and et cetera, but Von, because it also makes sense to introduce Doom, because the battle in Wakanda fucked up so much, right? We know Wakanda is based in Africa, but all these different things have happened. All the aliens converge down there and all this other stuff. So that's why I bring up science and magic and technology, because Doom has basically found out that magic is science we just don't understand yet, which I think it was Natalie Portman said that in the first Thor. Yeah. It's just science we don't understand yet. And he studies it and becomes proficient in it. Now, again, that ties back into people wanting the Fantastic Four announcement, the cast. What we did get is who is the director of Fantastic Four. Matt Shankman, who directed the episodes of WandaVision, will be directing Fantastic Four. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I could not have picked a better choice if I was Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
WandaVision.
No, I think that he's good for this, because if you look at WandaVision, there was a very big family aspect in it, and it was also very magical and homely, and it fits. And I think he could really bring that style and make a Fantastic Four movie that is finally gonna appease more than two people.
Look, let's give me a second on that one. Bro made a TV show that for several episodes literally mimicked famous TV shows in theme and feel, excuse me, from 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s to 90s, all the way down until it became at the last episode or last two where it was just straight WandaVision.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so to take that, and then it's already been said that supposedly this will not be an origin story. And I take that and I say that, meaning in one of the post-credit scenes of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, they coming out the quantum realm.
Okay, that's what I like. That's what I was thinking too.
They coming out the quantum realm. So he's directing that. So you didn't get the cast announcement. Again, why are y'all so hell-bent on knowing who is who?
Okay.
Go ahead, play it.
I'll play. Damn. Fucking.
Go ahead.
I think they should have said beforehand, yo, you're not going to get the Fantastic Four.
But why?
Kind of like just because I think they set themselves up for knowing the fan bases, knowing how people are. you set yourself up. We were talking about this, and because I was one of them. I'm like, no, we're definitely the one thing we are 100% getting is Fantastic Four. Now, if they would have come out and said you're not getting Fantastic Four, leading up to it, you're still going to have the same talk. Hey, maybe they're trying to tell us that, but they're really going to bring us the Fantastic Four. So you're still having the talk, but you're not having the people afterwards going, well, you didn't bring it. Yeah, well, we told you we weren't going to.
But here's the problem. If you tell people what you're not going to do, then their expectations are even lowered and they don't want to be involved with it. They don't want to watch it. They don't want to be a part of it. You want them there. You can't tell people in this day and age that you're not getting something in advance, because people will say, well, if I'm not getting what I want out the gate, I won't show up. You know what I'm saying?
But look at Warner Brothers' DC panel at Comic-Con. I thought that was a great panel because they came out and told us beforehand, yo, look, this is what you're getting. You're not getting Flash, you're not getting Batgirl or so-and-so. You're not getting it. You're getting these. These are what we're bringing to Comic-Con. And they came in and didn't disappoint because that's what they said.
But no, the problem.
And I'm not saying
here's the problem with that, and I'm gonna cut you off. and here's why. I'm gonna let you finish Kanye West style. They could do that because at the time, DC fandom was still a thing.
Yeah, which we're gonna get into a little later.
Yeah.
But then all Marvel had to because we're still gonna wonder what are they gonna bring X-Men, what are they gonna bring Deadpool. But I think people would be less pissed off. Like I would have thought this was a fantastic D23. I don't think it was that great. I was like, yeah, they gave us stuff. And part of it is because I was like, oh, yeah, we're definitely getting Fantastic Four. I'm not mad they didn't give me Fantastic Four, but it makes me look at the event and go, I'm not going to talk about this after we finish here breaking down the news. I'm still going to be talking and speculating about San Diego Comic-Con and Kang and those bombs they dropped, but they didn't drop anything here that made me go, oh, man, I'm so excited.
Okay, so that's for you. And I don't know, again, the public listening, you can always email me, madtitanpodcast@gmail.com, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm going to disagree personally because I can't speak for everybody, and I never tried to. Yes. They did drop bombs. We got the first trailer for Secret Invasion, bro. And that shit is dope. That shit is Winter Soldier-esque.
I love what they gave us. I love that trailer. That trailer is dope as shit.
Like I said, I feel like it's Captain America, Winter Soldier, espionage type vibes. And I'm here for it. I got Emilia Clarke with red hair, and I was like, give me all this. Kobe Smulders is back.
I'm so happy to see Emilia Clarke doing back in something big.
Yeah, and it's not Terminator. Because remember that trying to happen is
We'll see, because I like
Stop it. Get some help.
But I loved her in Solo, but the movie did fucking terrible, so we're not going to see that character move on. So I'm glad to see her good. She's in Marvel now. We can see if she can do something with this. I'm really excited to see.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see where it goes. Again, it was interesting. I think I said it in my trailer reaction, which y'all can check on the YouTube channel. Ben Mendelsohn, seeing Ben Mendelsohn. Mm-hmm. I was like, this is that thing where it's not the actors all the time, and sometimes it is Jennifer Lawrence, but you have a lot of people who are like, yo, we paying to get that actor. We need to see that actor. And like, yes, he's a Skrull, so he shapeshifts and et cetera, et cetera. But like him and Talos, like, I'm still cool with that. But I love the fact that the Skrulls have been around this bitch for so long. Also, I said this in my trailer reaction. Do you think Rhodey plays an interconnecting factor?
Yeah. I think so. So they did say that Armor Wars is going to spin off of this.
Mm-hmm.
So Rhodey's story is going to go from this into Armor Wars.
Remember he appeared in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Remember he appeared in Falcon and Winter Soldier in episode 1.
See, but I think he's going to be a through thread in this.
Okay,
and then he'll be the main thread in Armored Wars. You know?
Yeah. And
I'm all here for it because it does. I like your
analogy
comparing it to Winter Soldier, because Winter Soldier for a long time was, I think, my favorite MCU movie. And I still think it is the best made MCU movie. And if this show can recapture that, oh man, that's going to be epic.
I told people, and I still do to this day, Captain America: Winter Soldier, outside of being a superhero movie, is a good ass thriller.
Oh yeah.
If you take out the superhero element out of just between Cap and Bucky, it's just a good ass movie. And yeah, I know Black Widow's in it, but is Black Widow really a superhero? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here for it.
But I'm not trying to just discredit Natasha, whatever. But another thing that they dropped the bomb on for me, we got the Werewolf by Night trailer, bro. It is everything I did not expect, and I'm happy for it.
Like you expected it, but you didn't, and you're like, nah, they wouldn't do it.
Because remember, for the longest, they said it wasn't gonna be called Werewolf by Night. They kept saying it wasn't, because everybody was like, they're doing a Halloween special. It's Werewolf by Night, right? And it was like, nope. And then it was like, oh, it's Werewolf by Night. And but then the trailer, for those who haven't seen it yet, it's out everywhere. It's that old school horror movie vibes. Mm-hmm. It's got that pulp vibe to it. You get Laura Donnelly, who's more likely Elsa Bloodstone. You got Gail Garcia Bernal, who is Jack Russell, Werewolf by Night. Nigga, Man-Thing is in it, okay? Man-Thing is in it.
Okay, all right. So I don't know Werewolf by Night, the comics, other than it's a comic. So does this play into the greater MCU, or is this something?
It can.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you, Jay.
So
to me.
So the Werewolf by Night has had a bunch of run-ins with two different people, Moon Knight and Blade. Okay. Now, Moon Knight and Blade are part of a little group called the Midnight Suns. Who else is a part of the Midnight Suns? The Black Knight, Dane Whitman.
Okay.
Remember, at the end of Eternals, you ready for this, Mr. Whitman? That is Mahershala Ali. That is Blade. Now, we don't know.
Reveal ever.
Yeah, it was just terrible.
That was just his voice. Fuck y'all.
Well, probably because you couldn't. Also, you got to remember.
Yeah, I know. They had no idea what they're going to do with it yet. I get it.
They couldn't get him. They probably couldn't get him.
Yeah.
Mahershala Ali is busy. Like, for real.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we don't also know if we're bringing back Ghost Rider. That has been a quiet thing. Like, because everybody's like, yo, if you're doing Midnight Suns, that means we got to get Ghost Rider. We don't know. Exactly. Which, again, I'm fine with. But
as we're about to talk about, we're getting Thunderbolts without Red Hulk. It's fine.
It's fine. It is fine. And
but
so
so this is in MCU, and like, where does it take place?
We don't.
Or is
that's
it another.
We won't know.
Don't know if it's another universe or.
We won't know until it happens. And again, I'm fine with that.
I know. I just the anticipation. It got me. It's got me in.
And that's the thing. Like, yo, I'm your boy fine with anticipation, being pumped up about some shit, right? Yo, I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it. But I don't need to know everything about it.
No, exactly.
Let me watch it and experience it and know it. And I think fandoms in general need to be like, yo, let's just wait. We got a trailer or two. Cool. Some trailers show a lot. Some trailers technically don't show shit. And the reason I love Marvel trailers is because they show you footage that ain't even in the goddamn movie.
Different, bro.
you be watching the movie, you be waiting to see this footage, and you'll see it, you be like,
oh, hey, fuck you.
You got a man. Like, you niggas just put it, but it works because it throws you off. Right?
Yeah.
So with Werewolf by Night, I don't need to know where it falls in line. There might be Easter eggs placed within it to tell. Again, we only knew where Moon Knight fell in line because of that one little thing that showed us the GRC. It's on the side of a bus when you first see Mr. Knight, the Global Resource Center, when they're trying to people who got brought back from the snapping, never call me blip. Okay. So not calling the blip, I'm calling your mama the blip. Anyway, so yeah, to let that know when it's happening, right? And again, we know this is the multiverse saga. So some shit is happening in one world, shit's happening in another world. Look, we finally in She-Hulk got somebody to acknowledge the fucking giant man statue in the ocean. Okay, it's finally ready. So But speaking of like Captain America as well as Secret Invasion, we officially know that the title for Captain America 4 is Captain America New World Order.
New World Order.
Which I'm fine with. I'm cool with. Let's do it. If you should see my tweet, I said, I know what y'all really want. Captain America, N-word. Like, y'all want Captain America. A lot of y'all is a lot of y'all been acting. Swear to God. A lot of y'all been acting. You see Captain America fly through the air, a lot of y'all just be like,
Niggas coming.
like y'all just start doing things. So anyway, Anthony Mackie is of course picking back up the shield. Danny Ramirez, who was in the series Falcon and Winter Soldier, he is going to become the new Falcon, as in the comic books. But the biggest surprise of all of this was the announcement that Tim Blake Nelson is returning as the leader. For those who do not understand, rewatch the first Incredible Hulk, not the Eric Bana one, nigga, the Ed Norton one. And when Abomination becomes Abomination, there's a bit of the gamma blood goes on his head and it starts to swell. We never got the payoff of it. Now we are. Now, let me ask you this. I have been saying in my She-Hulk reviews that he is the one trying to get her blood. He is the one trying to get her. Yep. He is the one trying.
They timed it perfect.
They timed it perfect. He is the one trying to get She-Hulk. If you remember in episode 3, some dudes tried to get She-Hulk's blood and they couldn't get it. They was like, they're going to be pissed. And I'm pretty sure they is the fucking leader. Is the leader.
Jay, see, this is why, bro. This is why I'm the Venom to your Eddie, man. Because we right here, bro. I've been saying the same damn.
Who are these niggas?
Go ahead. You was what now? You're what now?
I've been saying the same damn thing, my dude.
Yes, I believe. Because like, that's the only reason you announce, because it don't make sense in the grand and just out the blue. The leader in the Captain America movie, to an extent, it don't sound like it connects. But then there's got to be something else. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I think it's because it's starting in She-Hulk.
Because and you remember the serum that they used on Abomination was actually a derivative of the Captain America serum.
Yeah, it was a super soldier.
So we still have that connection there with.
That's what, and it was the same thing.
Probably trying to get more.
The same thing the Flag Smashers was trying to have. That's what they was taking, the super soldier serum. That's what drove fucking U.S. Agent batshit crazy. Like, because remember his whole big thing was he wasn't a super soldier. He was just a regular soldier until he saw his black friend get kicked into a beam and go see the crossroads. And then he needed to do, because remember when Battlestar got kicked to that beam, he was like, ah! He was like, this nigga's go! He go! You're like, oh, this nigga's go! And so we got kicked to a beam. So, because we know, speaking of U.S. Agent, he pops back up in the Thunderbolts. All of this is going to, all these things are going to, everybody was like, oh, it doesn't connect. And I was like, yo, y'all don't get it. Marvel is showing you in this phase, these phases, that the stories connect, but they all aren't just one big story. There are multiple stories going on, just like in Marvel Comics.
And the whole process, everything is multiverse, multi-saga. There's multiple storylines that are all going to eventually converge and bullshit around and go their own ways. It's fucking great.
Also, since we brought up the Thunderbolts, let's talk about it. They have announced officially who are the members of the Thunderbolts, and everybody kind of knew. We kind of knew certain people who was going to be, right? When you saw Contessa introduced in Falcon and Winter Soldier, played by Louise Dreyfus, which her reveal was not supposed to be then.
Yes, because it makes so weird.
only because of I keep telling people COVID fucked up everything.
Yeah.
As far as when shit was going to be revealed. She is the reverse Nick Fury recruiting the Thunderbolts. So US agent, Yelena Belova. So then we found people were like, Ghost is in it. Okay, cool. Which is dope because that means that the government has figured out how to stabilize her even further than what they did in Ant-Man and the Wasp. But then you got Bucky in it. Bucky has been a leader of the Thunderbolts at a point in time in the comics. Cool. The Taskmaster. That was an interesting one, but it was like, okay, cool. You need somebody with a level of talent. The one that was the biggest shock to me, and I think everybody else, is fucking Red Guardian. David Harbour coming back.
Fucking love it.
Because now you got to have him and Bucky go face to face.
Right? Can you imagine the conversations of Red Guardian explaining all his fights with Captain America
to Bucky,
the Winter Soldier,
to the Winter Soldier,
with U.S. agent standing behind them like fuck the both of y'all.
So for those who are confused, because I've seen a lot of people trying to talk about shit on Twitter and everything, and literally said this, and this is what kind of got me, bro. I saw motherfuckers going, oh, they just trying to be the Suicide Squad. Nigga, that's what they are. They are literally Marvel Suicide Squad in the comics. It's literally who they are. But this is not like the other Suicide Squad. This is the group that will kill a person they weren't supposed to kill. Like the Suicide Squad just has to go have a mission to get some shit and do something. They're meant to kill people. Mm-hmm. Like I tweeted this, I said, this is the group that will kill somebody and then have a drink right over the body as right then and there. Like you'll see somebody pull out a beer right there. Well, we just killed him. What do we do later? We go get hot dogs. We want hot dogs.
Hey man, that's good Russian.
Thank you very much. I'm trying to get double citizenship in case country owns this country soon. Because one fuck him up, but he not to go to jail yet. And if he goes to jail, well, then no country is safe.
Fucking love it. Fucking love it.
So yeah, again, I know a lot of people, like you brought up earlier, Red Hulk. And again, that's how the name of Thunderbolts come, because of Thunderbolt Ross, and he becomes the Red Hulk. There may be a Red Hulk. We may get another Thaddeus Ross. I understand William Hurt is gone. And the problem I have with the only issue I have with that, if they do that, is it's going to further ignite the recast T'Challa movement. And I don't have an argument with it.
It's much different, though.
It's much different. But no, is it? Both actors died. Both actors died.
No. But okay, look, here's my way. If you're gonna recast it, Sam fucking Elliott.
There are times when a man has to fight for his universe.
Well, just
when a man, look, sometimes a man's on his ranch
he
riding a horse.
He played in Ang Lee's Hulk. Let him play.
I know what you're saying, but there's times when a man has to save the world. And sometimes a man has to do what he has to do. And for those days, take gamma radiation and Budweiser. When you need to save the multiverse. just Budweiser for when you need to save the multiverse, nigga.
Okay, all right. When we start getting more sponsors, all of our sponsor commercials need to be either the Russian or Sam Elliott.
You know, times when your balls are kind of fluffy and you need to shave the hair. There's only one thing a good man needs to trim his man beard. Manscaped. And once you're done trimming, have a Budweiser. Budweiser and Manscaped. Manly balls all around.
I can't breathe.
You know, there's times when you kick your daughter off the side of a mountain for a stone. Because you want to shape the universe in your own will. And sometimes that little bitch has got to go. sacrifice. And once you sacrifice your daughter and got that soul stone in your hand, have a Budweiser.
Oh shit! All right. So, also,
what were we talking about?
fucking Thunderbolts. Let's move on real quick. So, Ki Hua Kwan has joined season 2 of Loki as a cast member. Now, if you don't know who that is Short Round from Indiana Jones.
What?
Yes, an adult Short Round is now a key cast member of season 2 of Loki. Cool. Yep. I said it.
I hope he's playing Short Round. I'm just saying.
He's not playing fucking Dr. Loki. That was too much. That was probably too far. Okay. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, they gave a little bit more about it. They said that it will officially, Kevin Feige said that it will officially tie into the Avengers Kang Dynasty, and everybody collectively was like, everybody was collectively when he said that was like,
hello.
We fucking knew. Like this
shit.
No shit. Like this is okay. Matter of fact, this is better. Kevin Feige was like, guys, so we're so excited to show you Kang the Conqueror and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and we want you to know that this is going to tie right into the Avengers Kang Dynasty. And everyone in attendance and everybody that saw it on Twitter were like,
okay.
Nigga, what else is this tied into? You already told. Look, you told us at San Diego Comic-Con we were getting 2 Avengers movies in 1 year. One is called Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, and the nigga is introduced in this movie. If it don't tie in, then you got some explaining to do, Lucy. Like you got some explaining to do. Okay.
And I mean, it's plus because they've been making a big deal with Paul Rudd. And Ant-Man lately. His podcast is showing up on all the shows.
You know why?
They're not killing him.
No, I don't think that.
Okay. A lot of people give this. You think they're gonna kill off Ant-Man? I'm like,
no, it's because you got to take the drama off the bitch that's with him, the January 6th chick.
Yep. That's what I was like, no, they're not gonna kill Ant-Man. They might kill Wasp.
They might murder. I won't, as God is my witness, I want Kang to step on her. That's all I just want to see her shrink and think she got it, and then mom just go, what? And everybody just go, and then everybody just start hollering and screaming in the corner. Oh my God, it's the whole thing. It's a whole 3 minutes of people just screaming because they wiping it off. And you got Kang wiping off the wash on the bottom of his boot. Oh, man,
and then it just goes, Ant-Man will return.
It just say, it say the credits roll and just say Ant-Man will return, and it's just a Kanye West shrug like. Ant-Man will return. Okay, also, we got the cast of the Marvels, Brie Larson, Iman Vellani, and a pregnant Tiana Paris. Congratulations, TT. They went on stage and they basically talked about the movie, and they showed like a little footage, a little trailer. So basically, one of the things is all 3 of their powers are entangled. So when one uses one, which explained, and I kind of said that either in a review I did of Miss Marvel or on somewhere else, their powers had to be entangled because if you remember at the end of Miss Marvel in the post-credit scene, when she swapped, Brie Larson had a bangle on.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells that. Now we'll learn more about how Monica Rambeau's powers entangle with those as well. But we'll know for sure about, Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel, but we'll see about how the Photon or Spectrum or whichever one she's going to be fits into that. But I'm excited for that one too. They say it's definitely comedic and lighthearted in nature, which of course I'm expecting. And I want to bring something up. Brie Larson talked backstage to Variety, and they asked Brie Larson, will she continue to do more movies? And Brie Larson said, do they want me to? Because, it's a whole lot of backlash. And here's the thing I feel like needs to be. Go ahead.
Brie is a fucking bad bitch.
Brie's a goddamn
That's
bitch.
the best response ever.
She's like, I know, I see. Because here's the thing. The backlash from Brie Larson, for those who are unfamiliar, is her literally saying she was tired of seeing just straight white dudes in her press junkets. She didn't say she didn't want them. She said she wanted to see more diversity in the junkets. And these soft-ass, insecure man babies were like, well, you don't want white men to see the movie? She never said that. She said she wants more diversity in the junkets. And people got offended. So then everybody, oh, this movie is terrible, blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you something. I don't think it's one of the best movies, but I'm going to say this on this podcast. Bro, I don't know how you're going to feel about this statement. Him and I have not talked about this statement. I'm letting you know ahead of time as a preface. People keep saying Captain Marvel is a terrible movie. Terrible movies, and this applies to even your fucking favorite. Terrible movies do not make $1 billion.
Facts.
People have to like that movie and go see that movie multiple times for it to make $1 billion.
Yeah.
That is plain and simple. There's no other way around it.
I don't understand it. I really enjoy Captain Marvel. I think it's a great fucking movie. I don't get why people don't have fun with it. I loved, it's one of the ones I love to rewatch. And why people don't like her, I don't get either. Because she's hilarious. That dry sense of humor, that straight delivery is fucking perfect in every single scene she's in. There's a reason she's a Academy nominated or winning.
Winning. She's winning.
Actress. Like there's a fucking reason. She's badass. I don't understand the negativity. I don't understand the negativity with that. I don't understand the negativity to the fucking A-Force moment in Endgame. Why did they have to do that? Because it was fucking awesome.
Also, let me say this again, and I'm gonna always say this in regards to as being a father, as a friend and a family member to women. What is wrong with them having a moment? What is wrong with them having a moment? It doesn't take away from any fucking thing. It didn't take away from anything in that moment at all. It didn't. Don't act as if that little A-Force moment changed the whole complexity of the film, because it didn't. Yeah. There are a bunch, just like me as a little kid reading Marvel comics. There are little kids who only know the MCU, and they now have these moments they get to see on the screen. What the fuck is wrong with a little girl seeing a bunch of women superheroes have a badass moment? But Jay, it was so forced. It's not for you.
How is it forced? It's a scene in a movie of badasses. Why was it for? Well, they didn't need to be there. So they were.
It makes no sense.
I don't get this, dude. Like, why do you let it bother you? Why? What's the fucking point? It's just the music was awesome. The scene was awesome.
It's a cool little moment. It doesn't change anything.
Angry dudes that don't like it. Why on earth do you not want to see 10 hot chicks being badass
in front of a goddamn green screen? Calm down. Listen. Look, let me tell you something. Then Josh Brolin ain't 8 feet tall. This nigga standing on apple boxes with the picture of Thanos above his head, so people look at that. Okay? Robert Downey Jr. only wears a small little version of the top part of an Iron Man suit. That is it. Peter Parker, they put him in fucking spandex because they was like, just let Tom be Tom.
He doesn't have to know.
he doesn't have to just put him in spandex. But being mad at something like that, it's really stupid because every single moment ain't for all of us at the same time. There are moments that are meant for different people, and it does not take away from the whole. So Brie Larson saying that she wanted more diversity in her junkets. I work in this industry as somebody who covers it. Outside of doing this on my own, this is me. Mad Titan Podcast is me and now BC. And this is not a thing that I get to do stuff on my own, but I've seen how there are people trying to get in different spaces. I remember being that voice that made a ruckus and sent up the industry because I sent out a 27 tweet thread about letting more Black people cover Black Panther because they weren't going to. I remember that. It was going to be all of the normal white guys going to do it at the same time. And they're like, well, what's wrong with that? You have every fucking other movie.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with the diversity. Stop saying, well, I don't like it when it's forced. Here's the problem with that statement as well. You keep saying diversity is forced, and you should have fucking allowed it to be happening naturally in the beginning.
Facts. It has to be forced now.
You should have fucking allowed it to be when it was natural. When it was trying to happen, you kept stopping it. You kept stopping it. You kept being like, don't nobody want to see it. Now people are telling you, yeah, you have to let us see it. And people are going, and then you're just like, oh, it's just
we want to fucking see it.
We want to fucking see it. So that's that. The Marvels comes out next year. We got Vince.
I can't wait for it.
We got Vincent D'Onofrio on stage with Charlie Cox. My Life is Happy. Daredevil Born Again is happening with 18 fucking episodes. Nigga, what? Wait, what? 18?
Dog. Okay. I will say, okay, and this is the only thing that makes me mad about this. I go, this right here proves that first batch of shows we got were all fucking movie scripts that they go chop them up, make them shows. Because they was all that little sick. The only one that was, if you take away the first 3 episodes of WandaVision, that's just a straight movie. All right. The first 3 with a different style, completely different styles.
Yeah.
One, the rest of it plays out like a regular fucking movie.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, of course.
So it goes to show. Now they're in the business of making shows. We're getting 12 episodes of She-Hulk, 12 episodes of Andor, 18 episodes of fucking Daredevil, motherfucker.
Bro, 18 episodes is a regular network TV season.
Facts.
Do you understand? If they're releasing this once a week, we are getting 4.5 months of Daredevil. I'm here for.
How long do you think the episodes will be?
I think they're all going to vary. I don't think there's going to be one set time. I think we might get one that's 60, one that's 40, one that's 30. I don't think we'll get nothing less than 30.
That's what I'm saying. You don't think we'll get one of those 22-minute episodes like we get of Mandalorian or sometimes with She-Hulk or whatever.
Bro, I'm glad you brought that up because people bring that up. She-Hulk is a half-hour comedy.
Yeah, I get She-Hulk was the bad.
No, because you do realize She-Hulk is a sitcom,
yes.
Right? It is. Sitcoms on TV are literally 22 minutes.
Yes.
So
I get with She-Hulk. I get that. That makes sense. But like there were some of WandaVision that was like 22 episodes or something like that. And
I think it goes to what you said. Like it was a movie script chopped up.
Yeah.
And was like, let's cut it here.
But
and then
as long as Daredevil, every episode is at least 30 to 45-ish.
I think 45 I think every episode being 45 would be too. I think every episode being an hour would be too long. For 18 episodes?
Yeah, for 18, yes. But I just don't want 1 week that I'm only getting a short. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing. I'm gonna say this. Let me retract my statement. I will not mind getting a short episode if that episode is a banger from beginning to end.
Okay, facts.
You get what I'm saying? If the moment that episode starts. Yeah, if as long as the moment that episode starts, whatever's going to happen is happening until the moment it stops. And it has that, what it does is it leaves you on that cliffhanger. So now you're even more excited for the next episode. I won't mind that because we're getting event television, what Disney has given us. Mm-hmm. Disney has made it now where you have to make it. You need to see this. And So 18 episodes of that, I'm happy. Now, that's pretty much everything that was covered at D23.
Let me ask you this though, because I don't know what side of the line. I honestly don't know what side of the line you sit on. Is this the same Daredevil, or is this a variant Daredevil? Where is the Netflix in your opinion?
I don't know I think it's the same Daredevil, but I don't think we get as dark of a theme.
See, that's how I am. I think this is the same Daredevil, but it's gonna fit the MCU now.
It's gonna fit the MCU. Okay.
I think it's his history's with us. Okay. Yep. But now we're gonna fit the MCU going.
You gotta remember,
I'm cool with. I don't mind.
His season 1 talked about the incident.
Yeah.
His season 1 talked about the Avengers. So
yeah, we've seen the newspaper that's in MCU and in Daredevil. I've seen it. I fully am on that board, but I know there are a lot of people in this industry that are like, no, it's different. People, I just like to ask people. I'm like, I want to.
No, it makes sense. But also, here's another thing. Even if it is, what is the big deal? Because why I say this is why I say that for those listening, not to you, bro.
Well, see,
go ahead.
The big deal. The question that then goes, okay, so does that mean Elektra's really? Are we never going to get an Elektra now? Or
Elodie Young has a whole TV show on fucking Fox right now. She's busy with, so we can get her.
I'm saying.
But again, we can always people are always recast, even when it comes to the recast T'Challa thing.
But they already killed Elektra. Died.
Right. Okay.
So does that mean
we have to have Elektra? Do we have to have Elektra?
No, we don't have to. But that's my question. Does that mean we don't get any more? Or are we going to get the same Foggy back? That's where I start getting in to going, okay, cool. What all does this mean?
Well,
I don't know. It's just because I love all those shows so much.
No, I agree. And I think the thing that people have to address is, look, certain stars, certain people, everybody wants that call from Marvel now, no matter who you are. Everybody wants that call from Marvel, right? Well, I won't say everybody. The majority of people want that call from Marvel. The question has to become, do those co-stars of Daredevil want that call? Do they take that call? Do they feel like that's not there? Do they feel like that's a part they've already done? They can move on, because there are some people who feel like that. I've already done this portion of this superhero thing in my life, or I did this thing in my comedic thing in my life. I'm moving on, because that may happen. We don't.
And to speak on that one, that one goes, well, okay. Good news is, like the guy who played Foggy, who also was Fulton in Mighty Ducks. He's been on Disney Plus, Game Changers, the Mighty Ducks show. Yes. So, like that goes to speak. Maybe he will be coming back, but it's exciting I am so pumped on Daredevil. Daredevil's in my top 5 favorite heroes. Like I love Daredevil. So I cannot wait to see more of what we do and where we go.
Because again, now having Daredevil, having Kingpin, are we bringing Bullseye comes back for sure, because that's what's part of the Born Again angle. Bullseye comes back. Now we get a Bullseye. We get to see Bullseye as Bullseye.
Yeah.
We're not getting Dex. We getting Bullseye, right?
Yeah.
But we also can get all the other people in New York that he interacts with, if they're going to be able to use. Again, we might get a new Luke Cage. We might get a new Jessica Jones.
What's his name's on
Mike got Evil. Right, Mike's on Evil. Kristen Ritter has a show. So we might get him for a guest. We're not getting him for long term.
No.
But we're gonna get him
right now anyway.
Not right now. So the possibility with these 18 episodes, because you don't have to cram everything into a small time frame.
That's true. Very true.
So
I'm so hyped for this, dude. I love Kingpin. Echo too. I'm hyped for Echo.
Again, all this shit, and a lot of people say, "Oh, is Marvel just oversaturated?" No, Marvel understands that as much as look, and I'm gonna say these one thing about this, and we can close out Marvel after I say this and the next thing. Yeah. Excuse me. For as much as people complain about Marvel, motherfuckers are hate watching shows, and I don't think people understand this. When you hate watch, you are still watching.
You're still talking about it. You're still giving them the publicity.
You're giving them the stream. This is a website that needs the streams. You can sit there and say, well, what if nobody go back? It don't matter. You've watched it initially. Well, I borrowed somebody else's Disney Plus password. It don't matter. You still streaming.
And guess what? They know that it's at a different IP. Like they see that.
They know that. They know that.
They take that into account.
But again, it's still the stream. So you ain't got to, again, you don't have to like it. You don't. You don't have to like it. But I think people's best thing is if you don't like it, stop watching. Stop saying how much you hate something and blah, 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 blah when you sat up and watched the whole thing.
Facts.
You're not doing yourself any justice or any favors by that.
If I don't like something, Jay, I stop watching it. I'm done.
Stop watching it. See, quit going, I figured if that was bad, I'm going to give it the next episode. I said, I just try another episode. And I was like, I'm going to try the next thing I know, I watched the whole season. I just didn't like the season. But you watched the season.
Thanks for the money. Bye.
You watched the season. And that brings me to this last thing we were going to talk about. Fan entitlement. When it came to D23, when it came to San Diego Comic-Con, when it comes to a lot of these shows, there is way too much fan entitlement. Stop getting mad at shit you wasn't promised. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go. No, go.
I just don't understand why people feel like they're supposed to be telling. Like, they're giving us the stories. They're the story. If you want to be the storyteller, then go up there and you make these movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, shut the fuck up and take the story.
It's either you gonna watch it or you not. Either you're gonna watch when it comes out or not. They do not have to tell you exactly what they're doing, when they're doing, how they're doing it. They don't. No, and here's the thing, it's not just Marvel Studios. It is any movie studio. It is any TV studio. They are not obligated to tell us anything. You know why? Because they want the surprise. Yes, I understand what we personally want. We personally want to know this. We personally feel like we need to have this. They like, nah, you're going to enjoy, you're going to wait. You're going to wait. Because a lot of times when you hear about something that's released in information and you hear somebody go, I wish they wouldn't have told me and I was just surprised when I saw it. Because you got too many people whining and complaining.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. And it's just a fucking bunch of little pissant babies that want to be fed everything. It makes me so fucking mad. Right.
So stop acting like because a certain story doesn't go in the way in the pattern you think it's supposed to go. You like, this is terrible now. They never told you it was going to do that. I take this over to She-Hulk, the first 4 episodes. People are getting mad. Oh, She-Hulk wouldn't do this. She-Hulk wouldn't twerk. Nigga, Stan Lee wrote Stripperella. Shut the fuck up.
And okay, why do you not want to see She-Hulk twerk? I couldn't tell you how much I needed that in my life till I saw She-Hulk and Megan Thee Stallion twerking. I needed that shit in my life, and I'm so happy that I done seen it now. All right? How the fuck are people? Why is this what you're angry about? Enjoy life.
Also, tell me you've never read a She-Hulk comic without telling me you've never read a She-Hulk comic. She-Hulk is exactly the same way in her John Byrne run. This is the exact same She-Hulk. There's no difference. There's no difference. So you're just trying to find things to pick on. Look, if you don't want to watch the sitcom version of it, don't watch it. But don't say that's not the character because it absolutely fucking is.
Yeah.
Don't say that the character wouldn't do that because the character absolutely would. Again, She-Hulk got in the hot tub with the Avengers butt ass naked.
Yeah. Also, the character wouldn't do that is not a argument because you didn't write it. You don't know.
Thank you. So all of this other shit, these arguments, like She-Hulk has been a solid show to me. I knew going in I was getting a sitcom, right? With Thor: Love and Thunder, I knew I was getting a rom-com.
Not a good one, though.
Did all the jokes land? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I knew what to expect. Now, the problem is you made a rom-com with a solid-ass villain that you should have probably did a little more with. But everybody has their opinions on things, and that's cool. But the entitlement of, oh, it has to be like what the Infinity Saga was. No, it doesn't.
No.
That is why they're giving you characters that if you're not, that's why characters are coming out now in the MCU that if you did not read comics, more than likely you have no fucking clue who they are.
You know what makes me really fucking mad about the whole thing? What phase are we in the MCU right now, Jay?
4 going in 5.
4 going into 5. So and 4 is the beginning phase of a new saga. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. In phase 1, watching Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, we didn't know where the fuck we were going
until we heard the words, I'm putting together a team and I want to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative.
But even then we're like, oh, that's interesting. In Iron Man 2, there's going to be something. We didn't know that the MCU was coming. We didn't know that Thanos was coming. All right. That was the beginning of a story. We didn't know. We are in the beginning of a new story. You don't need to fucking know where we're going yet. Just take the fucking ride. Get on the bus. Sit the fuck down and have some goddamn popcorn.
So aggressive. So yeah. So that's that.
You're like, tell us like you told us before. They didn't tell us before, you fucking nerd.
They never told you before. You had to watch and figure every motherfucking thing out. That's another thing. Stop saying they never told you what was happening. Because if they would have told you what was happening, Avengers Age of Ultron would have been Thanos.
Yes.
It would have been Thanos, not Ultron. So they didn't tell you shit. You didn't know what was happening until Age of Ultron, until the words that came out of Thor's mouth. Somebody's playing with the Infinity Stones.
Facts.
You had no clue. No clue. So stop. But that has been the rant from J and BC. Let's go real quick into DC because we got a new Black Adam trailer. And I did a reaction to it, bro. And I was like, all right, I don't see much that that excited me more. But yeah, seeing a little bit more Dr. Fate, seeing the Sabak, that's it. I just do not like the fact, and I've said this openly, that he has to be an anti-hero. Make this nigga a villain, what he is.
Yes, but I will say what I liked more about this trailer is I'm like, oh, it doesn't look like there is another threat. It looks like Black Adam is the technical threat. And it looks like this is going to be Black Adam versus the Justice Society of America.
Until they got to team up to face the Sabak. The demon.
Okay, see, I haven't seen that.
It's in the trailer. It's that demon looking thing.
Oh.
So here's
again, this goes back to I know movies, I don't know comics.
No. I'm talking about it's in the trailer, bro. Somebody had to tell me what the thing. I didn't know what the thing was until somebody told me, and I did some research. Oh, so I'm not gonna openly act like I knew all of it. I didn't. I didn't. But I said this too. I was telling people for the longest that Suicide Squad 2 originally, they were supposed to be tracking down a weapon. Amanda Waller was supposed to have them track down a weapon of mass destruction. Who was the weapon of mass destruction? Black Adam. If you go back and listen to old episodes of this podcast,
I was on when you said it.
I said it. And then all of a sudden the script got flipped. What is the Justice Society doing from Amanda Waller? They have to stop Black Adam, who is a weapon of mass destruction. When I tell y'all I know shit in these streets, I'm going to toot my own goddamn horn.
Do something else!
No, I won't. I don't know why I clicked that for myself, but I won't do something else. Nope, I'm going to tell you, I know shit.
Message.
So we get that in October. The Flash movie is still happening for some weird reason. I know what the reason is. White privilege. That is the only fucking reason. Because you cannot tell me that this motherfucker that is on the lam, that Ezra Miller, who is a legit fucking menace to society, because they said, oops, my bad, I'm going to go to therapy. Everything is okay. No fucking no.
No.
There was a thing about them grooming little girls and having a cult and all, teenage girls and having a cult and all this shit on top of terrorizing people in different states and countries and shit. Nah, bro. Nah.
Yeah, no, it's fucking insane. And I don't understand it other than white privilege and money. And
because you scrap Batgirl saying because his budget was 90 million, it wasn't worth it. Put it on, fucking release it in theaters. Release it in theaters.
So my understanding, that one made me really mad. And you know, I said it on my other show. I was like, this is I understand it because you're gonna do a tax, you're gonna get tax write-off. So you cannot put it on anything. I understand that. But as a selfish motherfucker, I don't care how bad it is. I love Super Mario Bros. It's one of my favorite fucking movies. Guess what? It's absolute fucking garbage, but I watch it all the time. I don't care if Batgirl would have ended up bad. I want to see it. I was so hyped for Leslie Grace's Batgirl. So I am furious that I'm not going to get to see that. But at the same time, I fucking can't stand Ezra Miller anymore. I don't want to hear about him. I don't want anything. Them. I don't, whatever. I can't get it right. But God damn it, I want to see that movie. Also, a selfish reasoning. I just want to see the fucking movie.
I just don't get it. And then on top of that, Zaslav, who is the head of Discovery, which is now owner of Warner Brothers, said that they are no longer doing DC Fandom. Now, I originally put in notes. I was like, y'all didn't have really a major presence at San Diego Comic-Con. And then I thought about it. I deleted it, but I thought about it again. Like, the only real thing they did at Comic-Con was Black Adam.
Yeah.
Was the Black Adam trailer. And the Shazam trailer. You know, some little things. But it's like DC Fandom was supposed to be a thing to be able to go ahead and shine.
See, but here's my thing. I think Zaslav is sitting back going, yo, we're gonna take a beat. We're gonna shut the fuck up, and I'm gonna get this house in order, and then we're gonna go out there and start blowing their minds. So we're not doing this DC Fandom. We're gonna take what we have to Comic-Con, and this is what we're gonna do. And that's my only judgment on it, is he's getting everything in line, because we know with the stuff with Dan Lin turning down the job, they still got to find somebody to take this new head of studio role.
Let me ask you a question.
Which is going to be difficult.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you give it to Jeff Johns? Because Jeff's a good dude. I met Jeff.
He is.
Jeff knows comics. We know he can't write movies.
That's my problem. I honestly don't know what the answer is. I don't know who the answer is. I think the answer is someone that you and I both don't know, because I couldn't tell you who the fuck Dan Lin was until his
I couldn't either.
said.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
You know? So there is someone out there that is right for this job.
But I think the person, whoever it is, no matter who it is, they have to be willing to deal. First of all, they have to be able to convince Warner Brothers Discovery, whatever you want to call it, that we need to take our fucking time.
Yes. And I think Zaslav knows that, and I think that's why he's canceling this. He's like, we're not going to put money into this DC Fandom if I have nothing to promote.
Well, hold on. First of all, Fandom isn't money though. It costs. That's the beautiful thing about Fandom. It's nothing for them.
That's true, but it's still the fact of, we're not going to put out information that we don't have. What's the point of hyping this and telling people to come watch it?
It doesn't have to be a long thing, though, bro. You can just have enough. It can be a 3-4 hour thing. It does not have to be an all day thing with them. Maybe I'm wrong. It doesn't have to be an all day thing. I just don't see the
point. I'd rather you shut up and not tell me what you're going to do, rather than give me a 3-4 hour thing that just says, yeah, this is what we're going to do, and then change it again in 2-3 months down the line. Because we just saw, was it San Diego Comic-Con or something, where that DC special trailer came out and says, all this coming in 2023. And then a week later, it's all not coming until like.
Yeah, because the company wasn't sold at the time. But shit, I mean, you know what? Look, we still go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think he's doing what a football coach does when he comes into a new team. He's like, all right, let's shut the fuck up. Let me see what you guys got. Let me start getting y'all out of here and getting my guys in here.
Yeah, but the problem with that is you're shutting
And he's
down.
just not telling us what he's doing.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Again, I will not be a hypocrite on saying and not telling us. I'm fine with that. Your moves you make in behind the scenes, closed doors, whatever. I'm fine with that because I'll find out from people I know, whatever.
And then you'll tell me. Awesome.
I'll tell you. But my thing is, you're canceling shit that is already done. You canceling shit that has potential. You're canceling shit that is getting the numbers. Again, when you got rid of DC Universe and you merged all of the shows into HBO Max, right? People started getting nervous about Doom Patrol, about Titans, even Harley Quinn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you're looking at them like, yo, what the fuck is about to happen to these shows? These are good shows. Then you say, we're going to do all these movies to build this old thing up. And Blue Beetle is still set to come out in theaters, right? Blue Beetle was straight. Because Blue Beetle are like, yo, somebody told him, bro, if you cancel this fucking movie, you already you think the hell you catch it for canceling Batwoman or something. You cancel Blue Beetle. Because like Blue Beetle is the first Latinx hero lead everything on a major in a blockbuster movie, superhero movie. You cancel that, you're gonna lose a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But you announcing all this different shit, and now you canceling shit and you just pulling shit. And I understand there's things behind the scenes, but we're finding out you're pulling shit just to get tax write-offs. Just for tax write-offs.
Again, I think it's all early setup. It's the baby steps that he's got to get through so that he can start building what he needs. But I think in 3 years we're going to look back and go, man, that was a smart idea. I honestly do.
I guess, I mean, again, we don't know. We do not know. I can't argue it. I cannot, I can't argue it. I won't have any information on it. We just got to see how it plays out. I always say that with Marvel, with Kevin Feige, them, we see how it plays out on DC. I just hope a lot more shit don't get canceled. But listen, that is all we got for this week, man, on the return. Season 2, episode 1 of the Man Titan Podcast with my new official co-host, BC. Thank you, brother, for being here. We're back next week because I have a co-host now. I need to just make sure your schedule matches mine. I'll make the time out to do this for sure. But we're here. So now that we're here, tell people how they can find you.
Find me on all social medias at TheGrindCalls, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram every Sunday morning on the Lando Project on YouTube. And my own YouTube, I throw up like just trailers and bullshit. So go check that out.
You throw up on your YouTube? Yes!
Yeah, I puke on. He's gonna.
Yeah. God, I remember that. Y'all can find me Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Mr. J Washington, MRJAY. You should know it's spelled Washington. We're here for the Mad Titan Podcast. I'm working on another project coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. If you want to support on the Supervillain Squad on Patreon, patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. Please support $5 in there, and if you go other higher, if I still have openings, you can do one with the Supervillain. When we talk for like at least 35, 45 minutes an hour about whatever it is you want to talk about, and the conversations are amazing and incredible. Thank you to all the members of the squad who stuck around, and I know a lot of people fell off, and I was like, yo, it sucks, but I get it. So shouts out Alberto Rios, thank you for being at the 101. Azor, Bobby McMillan, thank you for being at the 101. Brock Severs and Chauncey Woodson, thank you for being at the 101. Cheryl Corman, I miss you. Thank you for being at the 101. Chris Lee, thank you, brother, at the 101. Dave Ricky, David Adams, Fanboy Cantina, Fillmore Pockets, Fred Castillo, Greg Morrissey, Hillary Ellums, Jim Payne, thank you. And I need you to go ahead and schedule. I know you've been so busy. Just click on the link. I sent it to you. Jolene, thank you for being at the 101 Justin Square. Kirsty Oliveira, Luke Sugars. Luke, thank you for being at the 101 Level. I have sent you the link to do your 101. Please go ahead and schedule it. I want to schedule it up with you. And Patrick Harden, thank you all for being members. I know I had a couple people who told me to hit me up the record, told me I had to drop off. I appreciate it. Give it more support. It's just $5 a month. And also on the Patreon, I'm adding new questions to start conversations. We got the Discord going and everything. Be a part of that. I'm going to put BC in the Discord as well, so you can go ahead and talk to him and tell him how Venom is a terrible movie that made $1 billion.
I think we should redesign the logo and have like a little Venom me right there next to it. Like,
No, I was just going to make you Gamora. Look, with that being said, we will holler at y'all next week. Till then, take care. We out. Bye.